Hey Tiger fans, Ben Rosenbaum here inside Johnny Unitas Stadium for another edition of To the House, joined by defensive line coach Gus Kosmakos. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Are you ready to go on a little walk?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
So this is obviously not your first time on this field as a coach either. A player here at Towson, a good, really good offensive lineman, offensive player of the year back-to-back as well in your final 2 seasons. What are some of your playing memories here at Towson?
My best memory ever was my senior year homecoming. Ranked Delaware came in, and we drove down the length of the field at the end of the game, scored a touchdown, watched Nick Williams cut off my block, dive in the end zone, and then defense shut him down for the final couple seconds of the game. And that was our first, at that time, A-10 win of our program's history.
And a lot has changed here at Towson University over the years. But one thing that has stayed the same is the offensive line coach, Coach John Donatelli, who was also your coach there. How has that dynamic changed from you being a player for Coach D and then now being a coworker?
So it's awesome. In recruiting, it's great. I get to always talk to those o-linemen, say, you know, I sat in those chairs. But now I'm the student and go against the teacher, right? But now I'm on the other side of the ball. So even more so, I get to butt heads with him. And all those times he whipped my butt, put me in extra reps and all that other stuff, I get to get after him. So it's awesome. But no, he's a great man and was a great mentor for me, and still is. So it's phenomenal. It's a great relationship.
Do you ever just crack a little smile when one of your guys?
Yeah, all the time. Oh no, not just crack a smile. I get very excited.
You let him know.
Yes, I jump out of my shoes. I'm pumped.
All right, Coach, we are now at the 50-yard line here inside the U. We're going to do a little speed round. You don't have to answer in one word. Just try to answer these questions.
I'm not that fast.
Okay, all right.
Never been that fast. Been big. You got that? But I'm not that fast.
All right, well, we'll see how you do here. You ready to go?
Sure.
Favorite movie or TV show?
300.
If you could travel.
And The Dark Knight, even.
That's a good. Those are my favorite two too. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
I'd go to Greece again.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food, Thanksgiving dinner.
Pre-game or ritual or superstition?
No really superstition, except every time I leave the locker room, I make sure I sprint to get my headsets.
Funniest coach on staff?
Trick, no doubt.
What's your favorite thing about Towson? Favorite
thing about Towson, for whatever it is, it's a family. Wherever that feeling is, whatever we have that draws people to be Tigers, that's my favorite thing about Towson.
If you could play or coach another sport, what coach?
Baseball.
Which sport? Your favorite coaching memory?
Favorite coaching memory would have been the bunch. Favorite coaching memory would have been Ryan Dallaire getting a sack against Fordham, because we had just gone over what his next pass rush on next third down would be, and he operated to a T and hit it.
And last question is something most people might not know about you.
My guilty pleasure is chick pop songs.
All right, that works. 50 more yards to go. You ready?
Let's go. Let's do this.
So you mentioned Ryan Dallaire. You've had a lot of great defensive linemen come here. Ryan, obviously, with the Panthers now, had a breakout game in the NFL, sacking Winston 3 times. John Desir comes to mind.
Frank Beltre should come to mind.
Frank Beltre, he was a starter here my first year at Towson.
Yeah. Matty Morgan, Ramel Tucker, Yaki Abia, Brady Smith originally was probably one of the best ones of all of them that we've ever had. You know, to a couple current guys that we have. So yeah, we've been pretty successful up there. Who
are some guys currently on the team? We know about Clifton Jones that people should keep their eyes on.
You know, Zane Upshur is going to be a guy. I hate to point out, Reese Burnett should be ready for his breakout year. Nico Cook, you know, the young ends, Malik Tyne and Bryce Carter, been having a good spring. So it's been, Deshaun Cummings is coming back, and Kenai Anderson. So they give us a wealth of experience there. And then we've had a great addition, a kid named Grant Udinsky, who's second on the team in GPA, brings a great smart mind to the room. Really lets those guys strive mentally as well as physically with the other guys. So.
And last question is, what's your outlook for the upcoming season?
Oh, we got to win. We're going to win. And we got to, we got a great team. The offense is rolling in spring. Defense is a sound of excitement in our voices. We're getting after it. We're going to win.
And Coach, we are now here in the end zone inside the U, and what would a touchdown be without a touchdown dance? So if you could, what would a Coach Kosmakos touchdown celebration look like?
It would just be a little Greek dances. That's perfect. Touchdown dance would be.
That's perfect. All right, so Coach, thanks for joining us here today.
Appreciate it, brother.
For Coach Kosmakos, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. For more on your Towson football Tigers, head over to TowsonTigers.com. And as always, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.